Few stars in Hollywood history have ever carried the kind of mystery, elegance, and heartbreak that surrounded Ingrid Bergman. To audiences around the world, she was timeless, the luminous face of romance in Casablanca, the woman whose eyes could say more than pages of dialogue ever could. But behind the glamour was a life marked by loss, scandal, impossible choices, and a longing for love that never fully disappeared. Long after her death, a private note she left behind surfaced and revealed a side of Bergman the public had never truly seen. It wasn't the confession of a movie star protecting her image. It was the voice of a woman looking back on a lifetime of passion, regret, and emotional wounds that fame could never heal. Orphaned young after losing both parents in Stockholm, Bergman grew up carrying a quiet loneliness that would later give her performances such emotional depth. By the 1940s, she had become one of Hollywood's brightest stars, unforgettable in films like Gaslight and Spellbound, where her chemistry with Gregory Peck felt almost too real to ignore. And according to the words she later wrote in private, it was real. In the note, Bergman admitted that Peck represented something rare in her chaotic world: kindness, stability, and emotional safety. She confessed that while filming together, the line between performance and reality slowly disappeared. Gregory was kind, gentle, and strong in a way that frightened me, she wrote, revealing that their connection haunted her for years afterward. Peck himself would later acknowledge the affair with quiet honesty, admitting they had fallen deeply for each other during those intense weeks on set. But timing, marriage, and the pressures of fame pulled them apart before anything lasting could grow. That heartbreak became only one chapter in a life filled with emotional storms. Bergman's marriage to Roberto Rossellini exploded into one of Hollywood's biggest scandals after she left America to be with the Italian director, sacrificing her reputation in pursuit of passion and artistic freedom. The public that once adored her suddenly turned cruel, condemning her as immoral and driving her into exile. Yet even through humiliation and loneliness, Bergman continued searching for truth in both her life and her art, delivering performances that only grew deeper with age. Years later, in films like Autumn Sonata, her pain seemed to pour directly onto the screen. But it was a note discovered after her death that changed everything. Instead of revealing a scandalous secret, it exposed the vulnerability of a woman who never stopped questioning the choices she made. She wrote that life gives us moments, never guarantees, a heartbreaking reflection from someone who had loved deeply but rarely found peace. When Bergman died in London on her 67th birthday in 1982, a copy of The Little Prince rested beside her bed, open near the end. It was a quiet, final image for a woman who spent her entire life searching for connection, meaning, and a place where love could exist without sacrifice. And perhaps that is why Ingrid Bergman still fascinates people today. Not because she was perfect, but because beneath the legend was someone profoundly human.